Welcome to the overview of the Q3 update of Rocket, coming out on August 14th, 2026. This update features a new ShipStation integration, allowing us to use UPS and USPS shipping, as well as some other quality of life improvements. To start off, looking at the shipping integration, the menu has adjusted a small bit to accommodate these new carriers, but overall the options are the same. You select the device type that you are shipping, box size, label size, and now you can choose where the devices are coming from based on the buildings that you have set up on your account with their addresses. You can see as I change this, the address changes ever so slightly. Any tickets that you include where you adjust the building that they are coming from will adjust the return location so that our team knows what building they want to go back to. If you leave it as default, all of the return locations will remain the same. Clicking on Validate Shipping will have it quickly check the address for valid details, and then you will be able to choose a carrier. As you select a carrier, you can also change it to be your default carrier, which can also be done through this button on the Ship Devices page as well. Currently, we do have pickup features available. However, they are controlled by an admin setting. They will be turned on if deemed necessary for the repair process. They are also only available for UPS and USPS, as FedEx currently does not support that through ShipStation. After a label is made, you'll be taken to the outgoing batches screen where you can see relevant tracking details under the tracking number, along with pickup confirmation info if scheduled one. For the rest of the changes, we have done some changes to the Create Ticket menu to make it easier to use. Firstly, if your device has active coverage through K12 Tech, this value will appear at the top of the Create Ticket screen with the type of coverage and the date that it will expire on. You can also see the same details under the device information, where you can see K12 Tech ADP date. Also, to make the ticket creation process easier, we have made it so that the Create Ticket and Next button will automatically highlight the search box so that you can type in the next serial number much easier, rather than having to click and search further. Much in the same way, these coverage fields will also show up in the Manage Devices screen. That way it's clear which devices are covered and which aren't. We've also done some work to add some additional features to the device manufacturer and model fields. We've made it so that there is a drop-down of manufacturer options to make it easier to select pre-approved option, as well as with this manufacturer, there will be device models. Currently, on our testing instance, there's a small list. However, this list will grow when this gets to the live instance. This will help our team know what models you have and filter out parts accordingly when doing repairs. The only thing this will not apply to currently is imports. It will try to match the device manufacturer to one of the preset values, but due to the variance of device models, we will not be checking those currently. However, if you do use the Add Device menu, they will be present here, which you can select from. We have also added a couple of new imports, adjusting the current Incident IQ import as well. We had a lot of comments around the import for Incident IQ pulling in new devices and making new devices within the system. Now there is a separate option for Create New Devices in Rocket, which can be turned on and off. If this is off or selected no, then no new devices will be created in Rocket when Incident IQ imports tickets. That way, if you have a preset list of devices in your system, only tickets that apply to those devices will get made. Then, the other import that we added to this tab was the serial numbers import. The main problem with serial numbers being the focal point of imports means that adjusting serial numbers themselves is kind of difficult. This was added to solve that problem. When you download this template, you will get a current and new serial number column, which you can put in the old and the new, to quickly adjust all of the serial numbers in your system to be the corrected versions. This should help if there are errors during the import process and you want to retain the ticket history and anything else on the current serial numbers, but adjust them to better values. Going into the billing tab, there was a slight name change here. This was previously unbilled and billed batches. They have now been named to understand more what these tabs are for. So these are now pending and resolved. For the help desk, we did a couple of quality of life changes to make this process easier. Firstly, we noticed that the formatting was not getting translated properly when entered here. A lot of times it would just middle justify all of the text, regardless of how it was formatted inside of this description menu. That has been fixed. And also, as we take this into a new tab, you can see after I disabled maintenance, there was only one option for help desk type, and it now selected that automatically. Anytime there was one option inside of a selection menu, it will now proceed through that option rather than forcing users to click on each one individually. And lastly, up in the settings menu, we've adjusted the wording around the help desk ticket URL and the SSO option to make it more clear on what the SSO actually controls. There was some confusion around whether or not staff members need to be added inside of Rocket, and so this clarifies that a little further. Also, there is a new button here for increasing grades. This will increase all standard grade values by 1 and also give you the option to archive all 12th grade students. That way you can seamlessly up all of your users' years by 1 and get rid of all of the seniors at the same time. And that is it for this Rocket overview.